What's up everyone? Today we are looking at the Anemoi Crusade boss fight. Currently I'm doing 178 million damage, which is enough to get number 1 on the floor 232 leaderboard. The way this boss works is that the biggest thing this boss does that's really annoying is it has this move called the Wind Blade. Now what Wind Blade does is after it takes 10 hits from a skill, and it says melee hits, but I'm not sure what this game considers melee hit and what's not a melee hit, but basically whenever you use a special move, after 10 hits, the boss will do this hurricane that knocks everyone back, interrupts them, and it gives itself 20% meter, which is really annoying. So basically, if you use a character like Chun-Li or any multi-hitting attack special that does a lot of hits, this Wind Blade will constantly go off and off and off. And it keeps interrupting your combo chain, and it keeps getting meter. So basically, this boss will kill you much faster and faster. So this boss is really annoying. So I see that a lot of people, they're just trying to tough it out by just trying to go ham and just trying to do as much damage as possible and just kind of ignoring the Wind Blade. But I think the strategy in this game, in this boss here, is to use Abel. Now, the way this combo works is we start off with Viper, and then Abel, and then Fashion Blanca, and then Viper. We're using Abel's C1 because his C1 generates a shield that gets applied to the entire team. And what the shield does is it absorbs 1 or 2 hits. And when the boss does the Wind Blade, and you time the shield correctly, the shield will absorb the Wind Blade. You won't get interrupted, you don't take damage, but the boss will still generate 20% meter, which is not as big deal as being interrupted. So with the C1, you can basically just do your combos back to back without even worrying about having your combos just end out of nowhere. Now, the way I gear my team is, Bison's fully decked out, except for no FS40. He's wearing Fast Chant. Fashion Blanca's fully decked out. Viper's fully decked out, except the soul power's up to level 40. Abel's wearing nothing. He's only there for the C1 really, and I guess he's wearing a shelter just because. The assists, not ultimately geared, but still, they're wearing their fighting soul is going to be Assault. Now, you can wear Assault, or you can wear, I think, what's the other one? War Dance. Now, the reason why I picked either War Dance or Assault is because they give the highest % attack to the fighter. And that translates to the assisted fighter bonus that goes over to the assisted character. So basically, they need every little bit of attack they can to transfer over to Viper or Fashion Blanca in this case. Now, this is my free-to-play team. I have another team that I'm going to play afterwards, and because that team could do slightly more damage. But let me show you how this free-to-play team works right now. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to wait around and do nothing until we generate near maximum meter before we start going in. And in the meantime, this boss will just start swiping at us and spitting little tornadoes at us and applying armor break on all our little guys. But that doesn't really matter because we're not really concerned about damage because our shields is mostly going to be absorbing everything anyways. But the problem with the shields is that because this boss is swiping at us and spitting tornadoes and randomly getting 20% meter and attacking a little bit faster, is that it's very possible for the shield to get eaten up by a random attack. And then to have the Wind Blade kill us afterwards. So depending on your team, you have to figure out when's the best time to really start attacking and chain supering so that this Abel's shield can stop the Wind Blade. Thankfully, in most teams I've tested, it's that just chain supering with Abel C1 will work most of the time against Wind Blade. Right, here comes Viper. Abel absorbs it, perfect. Viper, Abel, absorbs it, Viper, Abel, Viper, Abel, absorbs it, perfect, Viper, Abel, absorbs it, perfect. Okay, we're just gonna die now, it doesn't matter. We did 6 full supers, that's what we wanted. And we got to see how much damage we did. $162. Okay, that's pretty good. That's fairly close to what I did earlier with this team. Let's just see what my other team does. So here we have Flame Chun-Li instead of Fashion Blanca, and the attack order here is going to be Flame Chun-Li, Abel, Flame Chun-Li, Viper. And we're going to use the EX move Core Magala Blast instead of Akuma. So the way this fight's gonna play out is that it's gonna be very similar to the previous fight where we do nothing until the very end. The big difference here is that we're gonna have Flame Chun-Li apply stacks of flame penetration on the boss, and if it ever falls off, then we just restart. And it will fall off very often, and you will restart many times. We have Gormagala Blast on deck, and the problem with this on this boss is that when we use Gormagala Blast, right, and we attack the boss very frequently, the boss will counterattack with Wind Blade over and over again, causing the Frenzy Virus from the Gormagala Blast to fall off, giving the boss a crit rate buff, which we don't really care because we're not really taking damage from the boss anyways. The point of the Gormagala Blast is for us to get the crit rate so that we can do more damage to the boss. Shields up. Windblade absorbed. Attack. Shields up. Windblade absorbed. Shields up. Windblade absorbed. EX move. Please don't die. Shields up. Windblade absorbed. Shields up. Windblade absorbed. Shields up. Windblade absorbed till the end. Now let's just see how much damage we actually did. Okay, we did 202 million. This seems like a lot, but okay, that's because it is a lot. But yeah, that's how this boss works. We use Able to absorb everything from this boss. Well, I hope this boss is now much easier to fight now that Able is the solution to everything about this boss. And I hope that we can now push the leaderboards just a little bit higher. Now next time we have Seer, not Sierra as in last time, but Seer. Their names are very similar. And this boss looks really cool, but it's really annoying in that it can charm you. But we will talk about that next time. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you later.